If your baby is 19 months old and still not walking, I want you to hear this. Most of the time, this is really not a red flag, and a lot of times it's not that late. But there are a few specific things I like to check every single time, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what they are. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cherrick Gordon. I've been a pediatric physical therapist for over 25 years. On this channel, I help proactive parents break down gross motor milestones down into their basic building blocks so you can identify exactly what's holding your little one back and how to strengthen it. Walking isn't one skill. It's three skills working together. I think of it like a triangle. If even one part of that triangle is missing, the whole thing collapses and walking doesn't occur. Here are the three things that you need in order for your baby to be able to walk. One, they need standing balance. So I always ask parents, can your baby stand independently for 10 or more seconds without holding on to anything? Second thing they need is weight shifting. Weight shifting means your baby can shift their weight from one foot onto the other while standing. Can your baby do that? That is a prerequisite for walking. And then your baby also needs dynamic balance reactions. When your baby starts to move, they're actually falling forward in a controlled way. They start tipping forward and then they move one foot forward to catch themselves from falling and continue to repeat that process over and over again. So those are the three things that your baby needs to put together in order to actually start walking. So what we're going to do in this video, I'm going to take you through each of those individually and show you some ways to strengthen and shore them up. So let's start off by talking about how to strengthen your baby's legs. Here's how I build that leg strength directly. If your baby is not able to bear their weight in standing, I like to say start where your baby is. Put your baby to lie flat on their back. And here's a simple leg press exercise where you're going to put your baby to lie on their back and start pushing baby's legs, bend baby's knees, push baby's legs towards their body, and then straighten baby's legs gradually as you're encouraging your baby to push against your hands. Once your baby gets the idea of what it is that you want them to do, your baby will be able to actually push, and your baby should be strong enough, or your baby will gradually get to a point where they're strong enough to slide themselves backwards while laying on their back on the floor. This will help your baby when your baby is up standing. With this one, I'm pushing his legs towards his body, then pulling them back out. That push-pull pattern builds strength through the full range of his hips and his knees, and will move through during standing and walking, not just in one fixed position. When your baby is standing, your baby needs to be able to move their hips, their knees, their ankles, and move them fluidly. A lot of times babies who have weak legs tend to stiffen their legs and lock their knees out, and that's not good for walking. The next exercise that I'm doing with this little one is squats from my knee. And what I like to do is put a toy on the couch, position baby close to the couch. I will sit on the ground and just put your baby to sit on your knee like I'm doing right now with this little one, and support baby around his trunk. Make sure that the feet are directly under his knees, and just cue him to stand up and reach for the block. And now your baby has done a squat with their body weight. Now we're testing standing balance directly. He's pushing up to stand, reaching for that toy and holding himself there. That's one leg of the triangle. Can he find and hold standing balance on his own? Standing still is one thing, but walking requires shifting weight from one leg to the other. That's step number 2. That's the second leg of our triangle. So here I have a baby who's cruising sideways along a couch while he's holding onto the couch in both directions. This is weight shifting in its earliest form. Every single step sideways means he's loading one leg, then shifting the weight onto the other. This is the exact skill that turns into a walking step later on once your baby advances to walking. I like to tell parents to have your baby start off cruising side to side straight, then cruise sideways but go around an inside corner like what I have this baby doing right here. And then I also like to encourage parents to have baby cruise around the outside corner like this same kid is doing. These are increasing levels of difficulty, making it a little bit more challenging for baby each time you practice it. So cruising around an outside corner, we're making it harder. We're going around a corner, means shifting weight while also turning. This is a big jump in difficulties, and it's a great sign when baby can do this confidently. Dynamic balance reactions. This is a leg that most parents don't even know to look for, but it's often the missing piece. A push walker is a great tool here because it forces dynamic balance. She has to react and adjust with every step that she takes with the walker instead of standing still. I like to tell parents, continue to practice with a push walker until your baby is actually able to steer and turn the walker. When baby is able to walk the walker, push it into a wall or push it up against a couch, but baby is now able to turn the walker and still maintain their balance. That takes a lot of core, trunk strength, and stability as baby moves and manipulates the walker. That means that your baby is building that core, trunk strength, and stability, and your baby is getting closer to actually being able to walk with the walker. And this is the real test. Walking away from support, walking towards support with the distance increasing each time. Watch her reactions as she gets further from something to grab onto. That's leg 3. That's actually putting it all 3 together. How she responds when her balance gets challenged. So that's the full triangle: standing balance, weight shifting, and dynamic balance reactions. If your 19-month-old is missing one of these 3, that's usually where I'd start. Not to worry, but with targeted practice. If you want a simple way to track whether your baby is hitting their milestones on time, I put together a free milestone checklist. I'm going to put the link in the description down below for you. You can click on it, download it to your computer, print it out, slap it on your refrigerator, and have it there as a reference. It covers all of the milestones starting from birth all the way up to 12 months old. A lot of times, a baby who is struggling to walk may also be struggling with other gross motor skills, like crawling. So if that's your little one, take a look at this video right there. All right? I'll see you over there in that video.